Well, let's go from the sell side to today's big take. We're going to talk about pensions here because America's public pension funds struggling under the management of government officials who are new to investing, and the sector, of course, is now underperforming compared to international plans overseen by seasoned professionals. Bloomberg senior legal reporter Neil Weinberg has the story. And Neil, I love this headline. Investing novices call the shots for a $4 trillion U.S. pension industry. Novice. How novice are these novices?
Well, in some cases, when people come on the board, there are classes for them. That's Investing 101, stocks and bonds. And really the reason is that the system that we have in the United States has been in place for decades, since the time when these funds were really plain vanilla. They invested in stocks, common stocks, government bonds, and so on. Of course, over the last 20 years or so, their investment holdings have become vastly more complicated. About a third of it is in alternative assets. But the structure of these boards is the same. So it's police and teachers and firemen and political appointees. So many of these people come on the boards and they just don't know anything about investing because that's not why they were appointed.
Why haven't they made that switch, though? Because that sort of move from whatever, the 60-40 or whatever we want to call it, sort of the traditional investments, that's been a long time in the making. I mean, they moved into alternative assets years ago.
Well, one argument is that these are the people who are most affected by these systems, so the best thing is to have them on the board. Yeah. And the second thing is it's generally carved in stone in state law. And obviously, the people who have the control or the power, the decision-making authority, don't want to give it up easily. So you combine those two things, and like many things in the United States, we might scratch our heads and think, gee, this is kind of an archaic system.
Detroit's Emergency Manager Kevin Orr is calling for the City Inspector General and Auditor General to look into 2 employee pension systems for possible fraud and corruption. Past trustees have been busted by the feds in pay-for-play schemes. This all happening as city employees, active and retired, are told the city just can't afford to continue their pensions and health care at the same levels. 7 Action News reporter Jim Kirchner has been at City Hall all day long, shows us how employees are being told to make up the shortages.
It was 2 meetings with city employees. This is the booklet they've gotten. A lot of information conveyed, but the bottom line is about 10 cents on the dollar for their health care and pensions.
Transitioning Medicare-eligible retirees over to Medicare, and also the rest transitioning onto the Affordable Care Act, which Obamacare.
The underfunding of city employee pensions and retiree health care makes up more than, get this, half of Detroit's $17 billion deficit.
We pay more, we work more, and we get less at the end.
For more than 1 year, News 5 has been speaking with current and retired teachers worried about what's happening with their pension and those running it.
I don't trust STRS anymore.
The fund lost billions of dollars in 1 year, while those running it got millions of dollars in bonuses.
They aren't transparent.
Now, concerns over STRS, the retirement system for hundreds of thousands of Ohioans, have caught the attention of Ohio's governor and the top cop.
The controversial pension system is raising red flags. An anonymous letter was sent to the governor alleging misconduct from an outside firm trying to take control of the billions of dollars inside the pension fund. Columbus